Well, hello there. Welcome back to Gaulia. In today's episode, I have some kind of ambitious plans to basically get fully endgame. I want to get at the point where we're not worried anymore about what we need as far as gear or getting equipment, mining. Oh. Ow. Big power plant. Hurt. Anyway, as I was saying, I want to get to the point where we don't have to really be too concerned about what we need in items. Obviously, we still have to farm them all and get them all, but I don't have to like break blocks at snail's pace. You know, I just kind of want to get to the point where we can really focus on the building and the lore and things like that. So, I'm going to start off by heading into the Nether, and then we're going to get a bunch of Netherite. Then we'll probably upgrade all our stuff, fight the Wither, and then just head into the end and just do some end busting and get a whole bunch of Shulkers. So I hope you enjoy the episode. It's going to be one more, just a little bit like of a Let's Play kind of episode. And then it can kind of hopefully push us into being able to really start developing this world and take it where, we want to take it. So thank you very much. And if you enjoy this content, like and subscribe help me out a lot. We'll see you on the other side of the intro.
Wow, what is this? I've never seen ore like this before. Sir, you wanted to see me?
Yes. Please, tell me about your discovery.
Well, sir, you were out in the coal mines, and the normal layers were running low on coal. The bosses wanted to keep expanding out, but I thought we could try digging a little deeper. Me and some of the boys got a good mine shaft going, and as I was digging, I found a vein of some kind of unknown stone. It was a red color. A red stone.
Tell me about it.
Well, sir, it was real odd. Whenever we got close to it, all our hair stood up and it felt some kind of a power running through us. We gave it a little strike with the old pickaxe and started pulsing and glowing. It was like nothing I've ever seen before.
Excellent. Very interesting. Thank you. You'll be receiving a bonus and a promotion to foreman.
Well, thank you, sir.
I want to plan for excavating this ore in large quantities by Monday.
Sir, shouldn't we be careful? It seems like it might be dangerous.
Nonsense. In today's age, power is money. And everybody else is doing coal. We may have just found the future of power. Unlimited power.
Yes, sir, I'll get right on it.
Do not fail me.
Yes, sir, I will not.
What have you found? Can we turn this into a power source?
Well, sir, the material, this redstone contains more potential for energy than any other substance we've discovered, but it's highly unstable.
I don't want to hear any excuses. We are on the brink of monopolizing the power grid. Coal is the way of the past. Redstone is the way of the future. Begin work on the power plant immediately.
Sir, we've just not tested this material sufficiently. I must protest.
Are you unwilling to do your job? Do you think the great names in scientific discovery made breakthroughs because they were afraid? This company's on the verge of a bankruptcy. In 5 years' time, we can be richer than your wildest dreams, or you can clean out your desk and go tell your family you can't pay the mortgage anymore.
Yes, sir. I'll continue the work, but I beg you, please, let's start with something small. Maybe a little power generator to test this out. The material is very unstable.
Sure, something small. Make a few generators and we'll start to sell those. But within 5 years' time, I want a power plant. I will announce that we are revolutionizing power in the home, and soon, for the world.
The gods help us if this goes wrong.
Excellent. This company will be the future of power. Redstone will be the future. Henceforth, we will be known as Redstone Energy Dynamics.
Alright, so heading on to the Nether, we're just going to do a little strip mining. Head right down to Y15 and see how long it takes us to get enough ancient debris to fully outfit ourselves. Not the most exciting of tasks. This is like a 1,000-block tunnel, by the way, to our Badlands, so since we've already built this, we'll just start branching off of here. You can see I already kind of did some of that. Alright, first piece. Here's another. Alright, well, after a few hours in the Nether, I'm not quite sure how long I went to get a little bit of breakfast at some point, but at least probably 2 hours. I now have 32, technically, pieces of ancient debris because I smelted one, but and then some gold that we're just going to smelt down as well to make sure that we have enough gold to craft this into netherite ingots. And we'll just throw all this into our super smelter now, which has slowly been stocking up. I still haven't made an auto crafter, so yeah, this was my overflow, I guess, but it seems to divert in there first and then fills this, but yeah, this is a work in progress. But either way, we can throw in there and satisfyingly watch them all light up in sequence. So I only built the 8 unit smelter, I guess, because I think for my purpose, like, I'm not going to be needing massive amounts of resources quickly. You know, I can always throw stuff in here and do something else. But if this seems to get to the point where it doesn't support what we need, we can always just add more to it, like going along that way or something along those lines. But yeah, for now, I think this does the trick. And the auto crafting system to smelt the bamboo into like planks or slabs or whatever is the most efficient way. I'll have to look it up. It will be something we can do in the future. So I'm going to let this smelt up, and we'll be back. Realistically, that goes pretty quickly. I didn't really have to do too much letting it smelt up. So we have 8 netherite ingots, which will cover all 4 of our equipment pieces, our remaining pickaxe, our shovel, our axe, and I guess we might as well make our hoe netherite too. I mean, why not have a netherite hoe, right? I guess I was in the nether for a while. What? This is maybe the first time I actually see them in this world. They drop phantom membranes just from burning to death? I guess not. Alright. And here comes some netherite. Look at that. Full netherite. Nice. Now we just need the silence armor trim, and I'm good to go. Actually, little hole there. Actually need the silence armor trim and swift sneak from a deep dark at some point. I have to put that on our list. So I'm just going to gather up some supplies, and then we're going to take down the wither. Hopefully. You know, never done it on Java, so. I saw some people using iron golems, so I might bring a couple of them. Try to do it down in the deep slate levels. And let's hope that it doesn't break free someplace. And yeah, that's kind of the plan. Even in Bedrock, I think I only have one world where I've ever downed the Wither and built a beacon. I mean, it's my long-term, you know, world on Bedrock. But it's not something I'm super familiar with. I really thought I had enchanted golden apples somewhere. This is the problem when you have too many chests all over the place. Give me your milk. Yeah, I really thought I had pumpkins someplace as well. Can't really have iron golems without pumpkins. Alright, let's do this. So I figured I would just go through and make some iron golems here. They're kind of like defense mechanisms if the wither starts pushing me back. This could all be completely unnecessary, but I would rather be over-prepared than under-prepared. Alright, well, I got a nice long tunnel, a couple of iron golems. I'm gonna go set my spawn back here somewhere. Maybe like here. And then we'll throw down an ender chest and get rid of this pickaxe. This way if we die we only have our bow and our sword on us, I guess. Well, and armor, but you know. And I think we're ready to go. Alright, wish me luck. Here he comes. Oh, defenses. First line. This is actually not that bad. I was way overestimating what I would need to defeat that. Okay, well, now I know for the future. Wither on Java, certainly not that scary. Oh, I got his head? I didn't need any of that milk. Well, that was anticlimactic, but like I said, I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared, right? I guess I might as well clear out some of these diamonds. Not that I'm in dire need of the things. Wither projectile head? Interesting. I didn't realize I have both a mod that adds heads and then a resource or data pack. Apparently I just really like mob heads. Well, I guess these guys will live down here in eternity. Maybe it'd be my wither killing chamber. Now we get to build our beacon. Kind of exciting. I forgot I had a spawner down here. I found it while clearing from materials. I don't really know that I'll ever use it. It's a zombie spawner. I wouldn't mind a skeleton spawner for bones. But I already have a zombie spawner set up, so I don't need another one. God, I've only made one beacon. How does one make a beacon? Obsidian, glass, nether star. Probably don't have any obsidian over here, so. And there she is. You don't get an advancement for that. And make a little beacon just for fun. I don't remember if it's 5 or 7 blocks wide that I'm supposed to do, so we'll just make it 7. As I was. Oh yeah. Wow. That would have been so much nicer if I had waited to build my power plant till after I got that. Well, so there it is. Pretty much fully endgame at this point. The only thing we have left to do is just go get a whole bunch of shulkers. Maybe you'll get a little montage of that. Maybe you won't. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see if it makes the cut in editing. And then I'll either see you there or in the build section. I started off my end busting experience and I found what I believe might be the smallest end city in the world, with only one little offshoot here. So I quickly gathered up the shulkers that I was able to kill, but this didn't last me very long. It was soon time to move on. I flew off into the void and stumbled across another end city. This end city had another end ship. I was finally able to get myself a backup elytra. This was going to come in super handy in just a minute or two. You'll see why. I killed a couple of shulkers and moved on from the ship and started heading towards the structure. I got to the structure and I cleared out all the shulkers that I found and was making my way feeling pretty good about myself. At this point, I felt like I was on top of the world. I've killed the wither, got some shulkers, netherite armor. Nothing can keep me down. Or so I thought.
I came down to the bottom of the tower, tackling it top down, and killed these last couple shulkers, ready to move on to the next tower when disaster struck. These endermen came out of nowhere, and I reverted to my bedrock ways of spamming my sword. However, it didn't work out well for me. But luckily, I had found my backup elytra and quickly resumed my way back into the end to recover my gear and continue what I had started. I found what was a pretty big end city, and in this one I managed to get something like 60 different shulker shells, bringing me up to around 30 shulkers that I was able to craft at the end of all this. After the end of this city, I felt like it was a good place to call it a day and head back into the overworld. Well, now that we're back from a little end run, died once, but, crushed it in the end. Um, I distracted myself there. So now that we're back, I'm going to get on with today's build, and we're going to build a farm. We're going to build a creeper farm, actually. I want to have a good source of rocket fuel here, and the place that I'm going to do it is the top of this mountain. So I want to get as much elevation as possible. I don't think we'll get spawning going on over there. I think it's enough outside of the range. But as much elevation as possible to give us a creeper farm. And then I'm also going to put the platform, the 120 whatever blocks in the air. Um, so, yeah. In order to do this, though, I have a build plan because you can't have a farm without a build. I'm not going to build the actual building today, but it does require a large amount of terraforming here. So we're going to do that, and then we'll build the creeper farm. Okay, well, there it is, our little creeper farm. We'll take a look, make sure it's actually working, but since I built it in a creative world, I'm guessing it's going to be working. My creative world is literally a copy of this world, so anything that works in that world should work in this one, theoretically. Oh, look at that. So I'm guessing 3 layers of this is going to be more than enough to produce what we're going to need for a single player world. It is always expandable if not, but I think this should be more than enough. Well, folks, I think this is a great time to wrap it up. The world's definitely coming along at this point, and what I have planned for this build here is going to be pretty big. However, I need a bunch of materials, so it's going to take a while. Maybe another couple episodes. In the meantime, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time for episode 10.